I don't think I was thinking through like about how big of a deal it was. Like, we were getting married. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Vlogmas day 10. So I was gonna vlog today, and I'll be honest, I wasn't feeling it. By the way, this is a basket of laundry. There's some days that I just really am like not in the mood to film, and like I'm not in the mood to be on camera, and that's okay. But that's the beauty of like being on your own schedule. Like when I normally post 3 times a week is because it's like if one day I don't feel like filming, I don't have to. But Vlogmas, I have to film every day, and I don't have to, but I'm fully committed to doing Vlogmas this year. And this is my first year ever doing it, so I'm posting every day regardless of, you know, how I'm feeling. So not that I'm saying like if I was like going through something really bad I wouldn't post, but anyways, I started vlogging today, and like then I just stopped vlogging, and I went to work this morning and I was just like running errands. I didn't take my camera, and then when I got home I tried to start vlogging, and then it was just like I wasn't feeling it, so I thought I would do this instead. My shirt says Married AF, by the way. My friend Kendra made this for us last Christmas. We got each one, and I'll link her Etsy shop down below. She makes really cute stuff. But anyways, I thought I would just fold this laundry because I really need to fold this laundry tonight, and I thought, why not just chat with you guys while I do it. So on my, this is kind of going to be like a story time, but on my 2 videos ago, I think, is when I did my story time of how we told our parents we were getting married at 18. And so someone commented, and I got a few likes, and it was, do a story time about your wedding. So since I don't feel like that's like a really good story, or like a long story at all, I thought I would just like say it really quickly. Not really quickly, but you know, just like chat about it instead of doing like a full-on dedicated story time about it. So pretty much, if you haven't watched my last story time about how we told our parents we were getting married at 18, then go watch that first. I'll link that down below. But basically, our parents were supportive. Our immediate family was supportive, which was all that really mattered. And even if they weren't, you know, it was what it was. So the situation was, if your spouse is in the military, or if you're in the military and you're married or dating somebody, you know that nothing ever goes as planned. And so our plans are always changing. If you think that something's going to go one way, it's definitely going to go the other way. And if you are a like planner kind of person, you're going to really struggle, because the military is always changing things on you last second, and things never go the way that you think they're going to go. So Devin joined the military in September of 2016. So before he left, we thought, okay, maybe we could try to plan a wedding like at Christmas time, because we knew he was gonna be home for Exodus, because everybody, well, I shouldn't say everybody, most people when they're in tech school get to go home for Christmas, and they call it Exodus. So pretty much, sorry, my little brother texted me. So pretty much we couldn't decide like when we were going to get married. We thought maybe we would try around Christmas, but at that point it was like way too late in the game to decide that. So we were like, okay, maybe we'll shoot for March, when supposedly we thought he was going to be graduating tech school. And then in Devin and I's mind, we were like, maybe we'll just get married before, not tell anybody, and then have our wedding later and make everybody think that was the real deal. Just because when your spouse goes into the military, if you're planning on getting married, it's like much easier to just do it before they leave for basic, because when they're in BMT, they will do all the paperwork. Like they will help them like sign you as a spouse up like in DEERS and for TRICARE and all that other stuff, and you'll get your paperwork sent to get your ID card and all that. So it's just like much simpler, I think. I'm really glad that we did it before he left for BMT. So anyways, we didn't know what we were gonna do. So I think it was like summertime came around and we like got engaged, and then like it was just a few months later that we got married. But we didn't have a real wedding, so it didn't really matter. We didn't really need to plan anything. But pretty much what was happening was we couldn't figure out what to do. And I think at one point, because thinking about planning a wedding in such a short amount of time was like stressing us out, and especially me, because like I don't know that I truly ever wanted to plan a wedding anyway. Like I feel like we were doing it more for our family, and so yeah, we were just like over it, and we were like, you know what, I think we should just get married like before you go. And then we were planning on, I think we were planning on keeping it a secret until March, so we thought. I feel like I always in my heart knew that like we weren't gonna have a real wedding, but I was just kind of like, you know, telling myself that we were. So I don't know if it was like in July or whatever, but Devin's mom and her friends, like some women in his side of the family, they go on a trip to actually Destin, Florida every year around the same time of the year, like around August. And so she was planning on coming here, and we had been talking about like getting married or whatever. We had started going to marriage counseling with our pastor. We didn't technically get married at a courthouse, but we did kind of elope. We had a courthouse wedding, but in our church, I guess you could say. So so his mom was going on vacation, and basically she had said, actually, let me back up a second. Let me tell you what my mom said. My mom and dad, my family was very supportive, especially my parents. They were supportive as long as I was happy, like they didn't care. But what my mom said was, if you guys get married, even if it's not a real wedding, I want to know and I want to be there. So when Devin's mom was going on vacation, she said, I don't want to know, don't tell me, because in her mind, of course, she was like, they're for sure gonna have a wedding, you know, in the future, and I would just rather be there for that and act like that's the real thing, basically. So we were like conflicting on both sides. Like my mom wanted to be there 100%. His mom said, don't even tell her that we're getting married if we get married. So what were we supposed to do? It was a really it was a really tricky situation. So pretty much what ended up happening was when Devin's mom went on vacation, we were kind of taking care of the house. I was helping Devin take care of the animals and stuff like that. So we had been going to marriage counseling that summer. We were going like 1 to 2 times a week, and it was really, really great. I totally recommend doing premarital counseling because it totally helped us. This is just like a side note. It helped us like talk about our compatibility. You talk about a lot of, at least with our pastor we talked about a lot of really great things, dealing with like things that you would never think to talk about, like how many divorces are on each side of the family, what's your view on that, or how would you handle finances, or have you talked about when you want kids, how many kids do you want, which might seem like obvious things that you would talk about, but for some people you might not even think to talk about those things. So anyways, we were really doing well with that, and we really liked it. So, and it kind of like shows your compatibility from an outsider's point of view. And so we had finished that, and we were talking about with our pastor to get married before Devin left for basic. So meaning, if you don't know how like a courthouse marriage works, you have to have witnesses. You can't just get married by yourself. So we had 2 people that were really close to us in our family go with us to witness us being married. But I think like in everybody's mind, they thought we were still going to have like a real wedding or whatever. But so this is really, really crappy on my part, and Mom, I'm sorry, because I know you watch my videos. Looking back on it now, it's like, I can't believe I did that. It was so stupid. But we got married, and we didn't tell my parents. We didn't tell his mom. I think that they all probably knew that we were getting married. I'm sure that they did, because like, they're not stupid, you know, moms know everything. And so I remember I was working at a daycare at the time, full time, and it was a Tuesday. And I didn't tell anybody, like at work, I didn't tell anybody that day what was happening. Like I just went to work like it was a normal day. I like curled my hair that morning and did my makeup like better than I usually did, because most of the time I didn't get ready for work. And at that time I was working like 11 to 7, or no, it was more like 10 to 6:30 actually, I think, but I was pretty much there till 7. And Devin and I were pretty much like together 24/7 at that point. So I wasn't home a lot. Pretty much what happened was I went to work that day like it was a normal day. I had just started like, I don't know, like maybe a month before. I don't even think it was a whole month. And people knew that I was like dating somebody that was going into the military, but like nobody really knew me like that. So I'm like really, I'm pretty shy. I would say I'm more of an introvert, definitely. So the girls I was working with, I was really nice to them. Like they were really nice to me, but I just kind of went to work, you know. I didn't really speak unless I was spoken to. I didn't really like tell a bunch of my personal life, and that was that. I went home and that was it. So at first, I mean, I got more comfortable and like became friends with him after that, but like I said, I had only been working there less than a month. So basically, I went to work that day. I know this is like dragging on and on. It's really an anticlimactic story. But I went to work that day as normal, got off work. I drove straight to Devin's house, his mom's house, and I wasn't even gonna wear a dress, you guys. I wasn't gonna wear a dress, but the girl, our family friend who was, she's not a family friend, she's our cousin basically, but she's already married, and she was like, are you gonna wear a dress, whatever? And I was like, no, I was just gonna wear like a t-shirt and shorts, because in my mind, again, I was thinking we were gonna have a real wedding eventually. And she was like, no, you have to like wear a dress, you have to look nice or whatever. And I was like, okay. So luckily I did, because here we are 2.5 years later and we still haven't had a real wedding. So Brandy, I'm glad that I listened to you. But so I had this like dress that my grandma had bought me to wear for Easter like the year before, and it was like I'll insert a picture right here. And I had taken it to Devin's mom's house and I left it there because I was going straight there after work, because it was kind of like a secret, you know. And I had left it there, and when I got right off work, went straight to her house, I changed my clothes, and Devin and I rode over to the church, and he wore chubbies, which if y'all don't know what chubbies are, they are short shorts basically, but they're like kind of expensive, and Devin is like obsessed with them. He has like at least, I don't know, over maybe 20 pairs, I don't know, he has tons. But I showed you the picture, so that you'll see them. So he wore like shorts and like a button-up shirt with dress shoes, and I can't even believe, like in my mind I'm like, that was so, like we were so stupid, like we were so crazy. Like, everything just happened so fast, and I don't think I was thinking through like about how big of a deal it was. Like we were getting married, and I don't think I was like of course we were like ready for it and we were like doing it regardless, but like I don't think I was thinking about how big of a deal this was, and I needed to like make a bigger deal out of it for myself than I was. So yeah, we showed up to the church, and then like our cousins showed up, and like we practiced it or whatever, and then like we literally just got married on a Tuesday night in our church with 2 people there and their kids. And luckily, I mean, our pastor's wife was there, and she was like, do you want me to take pictures with your phone? And I was like, no. And then I think Brandy was like, she was like, yes, you need to have her take pictures. And I was like, oh, okay. And I mean, thank goodness that I did, because those are the only pictures that I have. And so luckily she like literally just held the camera she just held the camera and like held it down, and she was like taking tons of pictures. So I have all kinds of pictures, so I'm really, really happy. I'll like be posting a couple as I talk through this, but yeah, so that's how we got married pretty much, is that we didn't tell anybody. And my mom was really upset afterwards, and I feel really bad. Like as you get older, I feel like you appreciate your parents more and you understand why they did certain things certain ways, and so I feel really guilty about doing that to my mom, because I really wish that she was there. I'm not gonna cry, you guys. I'm so emotional. This was supposed to be kind of a funny story. It wasn't supposed to be a sad story. Anyways, yeah, so when like we were saying our vows to each other, I kind of wish I had a video. Maybe someday we will renew our vows and we'll have like a real wedding. I have a beautiful wedding dress, you guys. Like it's so pretty. I don't think I ever thought, like, if like 5 years ago you would have told me I would have a YouTube channel, that I would have like actual people watching me and I would like cry like this on camera. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't even really have a reason to be crying. Anyways, I think there's like a part of me that like wishes maybe we had done things differently, because like, you know, for me, I only want to have, you know, one marriage my whole lifetime, and so, you know, it's special. And I think that military marriages are different than regular marriages, and they're special and unique. Each story is different, and so this is just ours. And yeah, so basically we, you know, eloped on a Tuesday after work, and that was that. We went home and then started our life together. I remember a few weeks before, Devin and I had went to a Barnes & Noble, and we got this, it was called The Love Dare, and it was a Christian marriage devotional. And I was so excited to read it together. And I remember the first night after we got married, we did our first devotional together, and we still have that book. And it was just like, I don't know, it was kind of like a relief moment. It's like, we're married now. Like, I just feel like, you know, everything felt right. And so I hope that this video like encourages some of you who are maybe dating somebody in the military or planning to get married to somebody in the military, to know that you don't have to have a big fancy wedding, and your love story doesn't have to be picture perfect. And sometimes things looking back were really crazy and like backwards, but that's okay, because sometimes life just happens that way. And I'm sorry that I'm so emotional at the end of this video. I did not mean to be that way. But anyways, now that I've collected myself, I hope that I told that story well. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. If you have any questions, I got some sweet messages after my video on how we told our parents we were getting married at 18, and I just want you guys to know that I love getting messages from you guys. I respond to every single message that I get, and yeah, I mean, my channel would be nothing without you guys. So if you have any questions or suggestions or looking for advice or whatever, just always message me on Instagram. That's the best place to message me, or you can always comment down below if you feel comfortable sharing it out in the public. I always leave all my social media down below. And I think I'm gonna wrap this video up because I'm at 20 minutes on my camera, and so I need to stop so I can edit. It's 9:50, you can't even see, 9:50. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video for today's Vlogmas video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know down below. Make sure you're subscribed. I'm posting every day in the month of December, and I love you guys. And I think tomorrow's hopefully going to be a vlog. So I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.